Welcome to Berlin's Potstadion, where I have Berlin Adlers running back Devon Francois with me. Devon, tough game today and unfortunate loss to Hildesheim Invaders. Your thoughts on the game?
Those guys really came out and fought. You know, you got to give the Invaders a lot of credit. Those guys execute when we made mistakes. But first of all, I would like to say deep prayers, for the guy that got hurt today. We really hope that he come out victorious and he don't lose his leg or whatever. So that's what's most important. The game, it was a tough loss, but most important at the end of the day, we need to come together as a family. It doesn't matter what team it is, and we just hope that guy, is healthy at the end of the day.
Yeah, dramatic scenes today at the game. Do you think how did it affect the game? Because it was almost a half an hour pause altogether.
I don't think it had a big effect on the game. Both teams constantly kept stretching us and them. So the coaches, huddled us up and told us stay focused. That was the main important thing. We was actually worried about him a little bit more, but once they got him off the field, the focus went back to the game. And obviously those guys, executed and came up victorious.
Okay, and going back in time, you originally joined Adler in 2016 from Alcorn University. How did you end up playing in Europe and GFL?
I had some friends that played over here that I was really close with that, told me to just go ahead and make a Euro player. They told me about it when I was coming out of college, but I wanted to do CFL and NFL things and see how that would go. And then the following year, I had the opportunity to come out here and I made a Euro players, and different teams started contacting me, and I just went the best team. I thought that was best for me at the time.
Was there any culture shocks when you moved to Europe?
Not really. It wasn't really tough for me to adjust, but walking was the tough thing. I'm just used to getting in my car and just go ahead and moving when I want to. But here, you catching the trains, and the buses a lot. I mean, it's a great thing though, because it keep you, active, and also it give you time to really get out, and you gotta rely on yourself and just get around. And with the system they have here, it allow American and other international players to really get a chance to look at the city. So that was the big thing for me, just adjusting to not being able to walk out my house and out my door and just get into a car and go. But now it's more walking, so it's kind of tough on your legs and rehab and things of that nature. So you really got to take care of your body. I mean, it's a great atmosphere. I really enjoy it. Obviously, it's my second year coming back. The fans are great. It's just amazing to see what these guys are doing over here in Europe with football.
The obvious differences aside, how would you compare the level of gameplay in Germany and Europe as a whole to back home?
That's quite different. That's a tough question actually, because depending on the team, the level can be pretty different. So I mean, when you look at the top teams in this league, you can put them as a good D2 team or whatnot. Some that probably can compete in some D1 conferences, but the biggest thing about it is it's just different with guys having to do extra curricular activities with their families and whatnot. Then after they come out and play football, so a lot of people like to say it's more of a hobby for them, but those guys still come out and give their all. So I mean, the most important thing is once you step on that field, everyone is horning, and it doesn't matter where you're from. You could be Europe, the States. It really doesn't matter. You just got to get out there and execute.
Okay. And 2016, you only played 4 games and then returned to States in a rather sad circumstances. What steps led you to come back to Berlin?
I really felt like I had a lot of things that I still wanted to accomplish. And I thought I owed it to the coaches and the fans just to come back this year and just give them what I was trying to do last year, and just be a great role model to the other my colleagues and whatnot, the other athletes and the youth teams. Unfortunately, the sad thing about it is, today's actually make a year since my best friend, one of my good friends, got killed. They have a memorial for him tonight, man. So I sent prayers to his family also. So it was kind of bittersweet that they playing in the stadium, because I left out the last game in the stadium, which was last year. I wore number 5 in honor of him. Today, I was out there again, just honor him again. So it's bitter but sweet. he was a great athlete too, and that's what he loved to do, play football. So I'm just going to try to do my best each and every day to honor him.
All our thoughts, of course, with the family, and that's really great to hear from you, that kind of support. But coming back to some more cheerful, or maybe not, things. 6 games played this season, and Adler hasn't maybe as much as you maybe wanted. So how do you see this season this far?
It's actually tough, the coaches, Coach Eric, Coach Alessio, them guys are in the office busting their tail for us. I think what's most important and the things that we really need to do as athletes and as players is just get out there and really take care of our bodies. That's the biggest thing. Throughout the season, we have had a lot of injuries that's been hurting us week in and week out. Guys need to actually, work out, things of that nature. So it's more so of guys taking care of their body. We know what to do. It's just all about getting out there, executing, guys coming to practice, things of that nature. So that's what we downfall in that, the mental part of the game, the preparation of the game, watching film, things of that nature. Like I say, guys, we just got to take care of our body better. It's tough, but the good thing we can every week we put something on film the way we can get better. So we have been taking steps, but it's just we're not putting it together as 11 brothers, and that's the tough thing. So offense, defense, special teams, we're not putting it together. It's just something that we keep missing each week, So hopefully, we have another week off before we come back and play in this stadium against Kiel. So hopefully we can correct some more mistakes and just hopefully we come back and put it on a good show.
Okay, do you have some kind of goals for yourself for the rest of the season, and what kind of goals does the team have for the rest of the season?
Me personally, I just basically take it day by day. I just came off injury. I missed last game. I'm playing defense again now because we brought in the American quarterback, and with the GFL rules, you only can have 2 Americans on the field at a time. So, that constantly make it tough for us, and it takes some things away from our offense, but it also helps us in other aspects of the games, like defense. But I think what's most important right now is, just the short-term goals. That's what's most important. And that's just getting better week in and week out, taking it day by day, watching film and just helping guys out to actually understand what's going on. So I think it's not really about long-term goals or saying we want to finish the season with an enormous amount of wins, but it's more so getting guys to understand the game and coming out here taking it day by day, getting better each day. And once we do that, man, the skies are the limits for this program.
Okay, so how do you feel about that role change? Because last year you were offensive and you ran some really important yards, and now you are back to your defensive position. So how do you feel about that change?
It's not too big of a change. Last year they brought me in to play defense, and I helped out on the offense. Just the difference this year is we have an American O-lineman, so it makes it tough to take him out the game and put me in the game at certain times to help the offense out. I helped the offense out in the beginning of the season, so Coach Alessio is going to come up with a great game plan to get the young running backs going. We had 2 running backs miss today, but that's the big thing. So now I'm just back on defense, and I can help those guys out. So it's really not about me playing offense, defense. It's just about, wherever they have me at, I just want to do my best to help this unit out.
Yeah. Of course, in addition to number 7, of course, who are the big players in Adler this season?
The other big players, number 11, Burton. He's a CFL guy. He came from CFL last year. He had great knowledge of the game. So he's doing pretty good. He plays linebacker. Obviously, we just brought in a American quarterback, so this is his second game. And he, everything. You could tell he's a great guy. He's a great player. It's just him gelling with his players. So big things gonna come from him. Max Zimmerman, man, he's a really special player, man. This guy can really play in the States if he had the opportunity to go to college on certain levels. So Max is doing a great job on offense. Obviously now teams are starting to notice him more and starting to key on him. But that guy is good. Paul is back now. He was out for a few weeks with some head injuries, but he's back. So now he's playing quarterback and he's playing receiver. So I can see him doing some great things. You know, we have a lot of young weapons on the offense. Even Brian, you know, he's played backup quarterback when we need him. He's playing receiver, so that those guys are pretty good on defense. You know, we got some guys stepping up. We got Joby and Booney within the linebacker core, so those guys doing pretty good. Tachu, he's another import at safety, number 18. So, you know, we have the right guys, but we just need to all put it together.
Okay, and what we all want to know is what are your plans for your future as a football player?
Me personally, I just want to do whatever God has for me. You know, whatever opportunity present itself, and if I feel it's best for me, you know, I would take it. Obviously, I would like to play in the States or play in the CFL, but whatever happens, you know, I just leave it to God. I'm a great man of faith, so it's really not about that. If this year is my last year playing, I won't have any regrets. I think you know, I put my all into it. I do what I need to do. So, you know, it's all in God's hands, man. I'm just gonna prepare myself and try to continue to be ready and be healthy for when the time presents itself, if I get a call or whatnot. So, you know, I love to continue playing, whether it's in the GFL somewhere for Adler or another team. It really doesn't matter. But you know, whatever comes, it comes. You know, so I'll worry about that after the season. But right now, you know, I just try to focus on this season and constantly get better and help other guys out.
Okay, and for our last question, how do you feel about the rivalry with the next Berlin side, Berlin Rebels? Is there a kind of rivalry between the two teams?
Yeah, obviously it is, you know, because we're both in Berlin, so it's hard to miss each other. It can be something just going out to get food or going to the grocery store and we see those guys, and you know, it's all family at the end of the day. But on the field, you know, we have no friends. We the Adler and they the Rebels, so you know, we go out there and we just compete. At the end of the day, you know, it's all love at the end of the day. But yes, it is a rivalry. You know, I kind of compare it to some rivals you have in college or high school back in the States. But these guys come out and they play their hardest. You know, it be kind of guys like to talk, but you know, I kind of tell the guys, you know, just keep a cool head, because at the end of the day, a cool head always win. You know, you can't get into controversy with those guys and then lose our head and then those guys execute on a big play or whatnot. But yeah, it is a rivalry though. You know, the first game we played against them, you know, first half we put together a good game, and then they came out in the second half and they made some very good plays, and obviously the game didn't go the way we wanted to go, but fans come out, they love to see this game, so hopefully we can, you know, come out victorious on the next game against those guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Devon, and all the best for the rest of the season.